Radhe Radhe everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rasik Swami. I'm a disciple of Srila Bhaktivedanta Rasik Swami Maharaj. He asked me to be a monk when I was a young boy actually. He said, when you grow up, join my mission and serve and be part of my mission. We are followers of Lord Chaitanya, the incarnation of Sri Radha and Krishna. So a very special, the most special incarnation of the Lord. And he taught how to connect with God through love, the path of Bhakti Yoga, but especially to relish a personal relationship of love with God as Krishna, and how we can do that in the most intimate sense of friendship, or even as a lover and beloved, or ultimately in the position of the personal servant or assistant of his supreme beloved Sri Radha. So it's a very sacred, beautiful path that we're on. I call it the path of pure love. And a lot of this channel will be focusing on the teachings of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj as I learned through my life. I lived for 15 years continuously in Vrindavan in Mathura, India, the sacred land of Krishna's appearance. And I studied in his monastery there, and then his, you could say, spiritual successors sent me to America to preach and to spread this message and to open centers in his line. So that's really what I'm currently doing. We started a podcast to keep up with the times. So that's available on different platforms. We also have a group for people who want to study with me, study together the path of bhakti. There's so many great teachers in the world, much more qualified than me. But if you feel like you like my style and my approach, then we have a group where you can join, and it's managed by my students. And so I'll go on there and we'll do live, conversations, question and answers, more deep kind of dives into the process. Also guided meditation, where we do group visualization, and this is called Manasi Seva. It's a very sacred part of our tradition. How you can use your mind to go deeper and deeper into the spiritual heart of our tradition. It's a very beautiful mystical path. So there's a lot of stuff that you can't get just over a kind of a video like this. I'm trying to make it more personal. I want to talk more to you as the audience and develop more relationship. And so I plan to do more of this style of video where I'm talking directly to the camera, to our audience, trying to connect with you. And any questions you have, you can put in our chats, wherever you find this, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or any other platform. I want to be fully present. My gurus told me to share our message to the world. And what is it that we're about? And try to do it in a way that engages with the modern audience, the modern world, the issues that we're dealing with today. So to make it relatable, spirituality isn't something so transcendental that we cannot relate to it in our immediate situations in life. And so, a lot of people think we should only talk about completely transcendental subjects, but I see in our line that our gurus, they relate it to the issues we face today. And so I'm going to do a little bit more of that. It'll be controversial because people would say, oh, you shouldn't talk about this, shouldn't talk about this, shouldn't talk about that. Or if you are going to talk about it in the way that I like. So this is something that's challenging and difficult for me to do because I have to stay firm in the integrity of what I have learned from my teachers. And that means I can't please everyone. I can't be a people pleaser. I like everyone. People are nice. I believe all souls are part and parcel of the Supreme Soul and are therefore one and different. But because we are the small and God is the great, then we are meant to serve God and to develop love for God. And there's a beautiful example of this, and I'll kind of end this video on that before going forward, is that we hear about the law of attraction and how we attract things in our life. We believe in a spiritual law of attraction, which is how we are attracted to God, and we are attracted to God directly and indirectly. In this world, a lot of the things we are attracted to, we could say it's an indirect attraction to God. Beauty, opulence, wealth, fame, knowledge, power. These are all qualities of the Godhead. Krishna says everything wonderful in this world is an expansion of my energy, a spark of my splendor. And so this is the indirect attraction to the Godhead. And we're trying to attract these things to us through the law of attraction, but it keeps us bound in matter. There's a spiritual law of attraction, which is how we, the infinitesimal spark of divine consciousness, are attracted to the supreme infinite divine consciousness. And we can become connected to that through love. And the example is given of, it's a form of spiritual gravity, you could say. Not even more than gravity. It's the law of spiritual attraction. So I'll give you an example. My guru would say, when you throw a clod of dirt up into the air, it will come back to the earth. It's attracted to the earth. When you look at a river, it's flowing towards something. What's it flowing towards? The ocean. If you light a candle, the flame is going up towards the sun. So in the same way, it said the spirit is seeking the Supreme Spirit or God. And we connect to God through love. That's the way God is attracted. Actually, the highest level of the spiritual law of attraction is that through the cultivation of bhakti yoga, this process of linking to God with love, when the bhakti yoga reaches its perfected stage, which is possible as the highest stage of human life, which is what Lord Chaitanya taught. He said that we should strive towards bhav, which means the perfection of our relationship and mood of love for God. At that stage of the perfection, this human life, we reach what's called Swarup Siddhi, which is where you realize complete self-actualization on the spiritual level as a soul, who I truly am in my relationship of love with God and what is my true highest purpose. At that stage, God becomes attracted to you in this mystical, inconceivable way. The Supreme is attracted to the infinite is attracted to the infinitesimal. And that you are then linked to God through love, and through love you are bridged to God in a way that you tap into infinite love, and infinite bliss, and infinite joy, and then you learn to love everyone with equal vision. And so this is a very beautiful path. Lord Chaitanya said that this is the ultimate goal of humanity, especially in this current age. The general goals of human life are, we practice religion, spirituality, to get some good position in life. A lot of it is materially motivated, and we want economic development, we want pleasure, or we want emancipation, freedom from suffering. But Lord Chaitanya said that the real highest goal of human life is connecting to God and through divine love. And that form of connection to God is how God reveals himself to you. Otherwise people say, I want to see God, show me God. Well, God is independent of you. God is transcendental. You are bound in matter. Your mind is conditioned. How can you see the transcendent? Only by God's will can you perceive the Supreme or the transcendent. And it's said in our scriptures that he reveals himself to those he becomes attracted to. I'll give you a mundane example. Say you want to go meet, your favorite celebrity. How easy is it to say, I'm going to go have a dinner with my favorite celebrity, or I'm going to go hang out with him, or I'm going to, spend a month together. We're going to go on vacation together. It's not so easy. You think it's easy to meet with God. You can't even meet with your favorite celebrity. Why? A celebrity means a million people want to meet with them. So everyone in the whole creation is attracted to God. When God appears on earth as an incarnation, the demons are attracted. They want to fight with him. It's like they want to play with God. They want to do it on the frequency they're on, which is, okay, we want to fight with you. And so he fights with them. And then, the lovers are attracted to him as a beloved. Some people are attracted to him as a son. Some people are attracted to him as a friend. Everyone's attracted to him. So he appears and you can relate with him in that way in his time. But if you want to relate with God at any time, in any place, any circumstance, we do it through his name. We say it's non-different from his name. You call out his name, he's present. But ultimately, when you develop a relationship of love, and when you call out with his name with love, then you become connected to him personally. And it leads you to coming to the stage of infinite love, infinite bliss, infinite connection with him, where you can experience that in so many beautiful varieties. So that's a little bit of a synopsis of what we're all about. But in essence, what we'll be doing here is, we do a lot of talks to public audiences and to devotees, but I plan to speak more personally with you and as an audience and as friends, someone who, if I haven't met, I would love to meet. So we travel the world and we do different bhakti seminars, bhakti talks, discourses. But in general, nowadays, it's very easy like this. And we'll have different groups where you can develop more of a sense of connection. We have to bridge. So that's why that's a service. We bridge to our gurus, we bridge to Krishna through our personal way. The world is becoming more impersonal in many ways, or you could say the facade of personalism through AI, through chat apps and so forth. So we want to maintain personalism, even if it has to be through a layer of the internet. And from that, we have a big ashram here in New York. We have ashrams around the world. We have centers we'll be developing. My guru also gave me that task. Different families are creating, centers in their homes where we can go and do events. So I'm going to be very busy traveling and teaching, but I want to be very present and available. So again, any questions you ever have, you can feel free to ask, and we'll try to address world issues from a spiritual point of view. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.